Hi everyone, Natasha here. Welcome to Natasha's Healthy Living, where we are nurturing wellness naturally. One of the ways that I like to do that is by using healthy body and skincare products, and as well as healthy cleaning supplies. And my favorite source for all kinds of things like that is Jordan Essentials. I am a Jordan Essentials consultant, so I'll have my link in the description box down below. I have for you the July Joyful Jordan box, so I'm excited to share that with you and show you the goodies inside. So stay tuned for that, and welcome to my office. Welcome back to my home. I'm so glad you're joining me today. If you live anywhere in the Midwest, and I think even northern parts of the US and Canada, we are having a heat wave. I just talked to a friend who lives in Canada, and she said, oh yeah, we were in the 100 heat index the other day, and that's what it's been here where I live in Missouri. So I'm trying to get any outside jobs done as early as possible in the morning and staying inside and staying cool if I can. God bless my husband who works in a factory, and he's in the heat all day long, and he's had overtime a lot lately. So I'm always thinking of him and sending God to watch over him and keep him safe in the heat. So I hope you're doing well and staying cool wherever you are. I'm excited because this July Joyful Jordan box has some really great, fun summer skincare products. So these are a surprise box that comes out once a month from Jordan Essentials, and each month it's a different collection of items. You can subscribe, and then you don't pay anything for shipping. You get free shipping with a subscription. You can pause and cancel and resubscribe anytime you need to. So if you're ever curious about how the subscription process works, just let me know. I love getting these because it's a nice collection of items that a lot of them are exclusive to the box, so you can't get them in our regular catalog. And if you're kind of new to our company, to Jordan Essentials, it's a great way to just try out a variety of our products and see what you think. You'll get some things that are maybe in the catalog, but it's in a different scent, or it might be in the scent in this catalog, but it's in a different size. And like I mentioned, other things are exclusive. So this box is a perfect example, the July 2025 Joyful Jordan box. The boxes are $30, and they're guaranteed to have at least $40 in value. And I added it up, so this box is actually valued at $41.50. So for $30, it's also a really great deal on these products, which is another great reason to have the subscription, because you're going to save money on your Bath & Body products. There's a little bit of everything in here. So without further ado, let's take a look at the little box of awesomeness that is the July Joyful Jordan box. So each box will come with a card. The front of the card might have a quote or just a fun Bible verse or something that's relevant to the box. It's a seasonal collection, and the card will show that as well. So this one says, my favorite summer recipe, a dash of sunshine, a splash of self-care, and a whole lot of heart. And on the back of the card, it's going to tell us what's in the box and how to use it. So these make a great gift as well. I have a customer who changes who she ships her subscription box to each month so that it can bless someone different in her life each month, which I think is a great way to do it. So she has one subscription for herself that ships to her house, and then the second one she just goes in each month and changes the subscription shipping address for that one, and that way someone else can get some goodies to try out. So if you're gifting it, this tells them everything that they need to know. So the first item is an exclusive to the box item. It's something we've never had before. I will tell you, as a little sneak peek, I've already tried it and I love it. So I'm excited to have this as we're going into the summer months. So we have several really great face masks in our catalog already. My personal favorite so far has been the Rosemary Mojito face mask. That's the one I love and use the most. And then seasonally we have a pumpkin mask, and I think I'm down to the last little bit of that one, but you can't get it right now anyway. So that's one of my other favorites in the fall that comes out, and I always stock up. Anyway, so this is our Dead Sea Mud Mask, and this has kaolin and Dead Sea minerals. So this mud actually comes from the Dead Sea. And if you're not familiar with why that's a big deal, just do a quick Google search on the minerals and the skincare benefits to the Dead Sea. There's a reason why people flock to it, even though it's, very salty water and has a high mineral content, but that's why it's so good to bathe and swim and soak in. So the mud is the same way. It carries a lot of those same benefits. So, and I'll open it real quick so you can see what it looks like, and then we'll read the description. So it's just this kind of creamy consistency. Actually, we're going to do a little test so you can see what it dries to. So it starts out kind of that gray mud color. I've already done this on my face, but this is another little reminder too. You can do a mask like this on your hands, and especially the backs of your hands that get a lot of exposure to sun. It's never gonna hurt to give that skin a little TLC as well. So I'll keep that on there while I'm reading the card, and you can see how it dries. And I have a washcloth over here to the side. So it says, Dead Sea Mud and Kaolin Clay Mask for spa vibes at home. Detox and glow in one easy step. Dead Sea Mud and Kaolin Clay Mask draws out impurities, clears pores, and balances oil, while honey powder brightens and rose water soothes for soft, radiant skin. How to use: you're going to apply to clean skin, leave on for 10 to 15 minutes, and then rinse. And you can use it 1 to 2 times a week for best results. And I always tell people with our masks, if you have very dry or very sensitive skin, just put on a tiny amount. You don't have to leave it on the full amount of time. Just kind of use your own skin as a guide. If you start feeling like, it's pretty dry and I think I'm ready to take it off, then just take it off. It's no big deal. You are in control of how you use your face mask. One of the other things I like about our charcoal mask is I've used it before when kiddos have a sting, if they get stung by a bee, or we've even done it on a wasp sting, but sometimes my daughter's gotten into some of those kind of stinging nettles that are out in the yard, and you can put the charcoal mask, like glob it on to that spot where the sting is, and because charcoal is very good at drawing out impurities and absorbing, just leaving that on for 10 to 15 minutes. Sometimes we put a Band-Aid over it just to kind of hold it on and so it doesn't flake and dry off. But it works really good to pull out the sting and the venom of whatever was in there that's causing the problem. So that's just a little personal mom note for another way to use some of our face masks. And you can already see it starting to dry. So when it's drying, it dries to this whitish color. And I'll keep reading while it's finishing drying, and we'll talk about the next product, and then I'll just show you what it looks like at the end when I wipe it off. Hopefully that's not too distracting. All right, so the next is our Sea Moss Leave-In Conditioner for beach waves. So it says, Sea Moss Leave-In Conditioner is a moisture-packed miracle for your hair. Rich in minerals and vitamins, sea moss helps strengthen, reduce breakage, and boost shine, keeping your hair soft, hydrated, and easy to manage. Now, I think this was a little bit of a typo. I don't think there's actual sea moss in here. I think the scent is just, or the labeling is called sea moss, but the scent is actually our coconut lime. So this is essentially something we have in the catalog with a different label for this fun box. So it's our coconut lime leave-in conditioner. I have had lots of customers tell me this works great on their straight hair. I'm a curly girl, and I really like our curly hair leave-in conditioner. That works even better on my curls. So it's kind of a personal preference, and of course your hair will kind of dictate which one you think you like the best. But several people I know with straight hair love the leave-in conditioner with the coconut lime for straight hair. So it just says spray or apply spray or apply evenly to damp or dry hair. Do not rinse. Style as usual. So I've had a couple of grandmas tell me when they have grandkids that stay the night and they're doing bath time that they like to spritz it in their hair after the bath, and it helps the detangling and the brushing process go better with that. And so if you're wanting just to give that a try, this is a great chance to try something that is in our catalog. If you decide you like it and you want to reorder, it'll just have a little bit different label, but it's essentially the same thing. And then let's check on my hand. We're almost dry, so you can see that's just about there. All right, and then the Spa Magnesium Lotion. I'm really excited this is in this July Joyful Jordan box, because Spa has become one of my new favorite scents. We've had Spa in the catalog for years. I've been a consultant since 2004, and I want to say Spa was either out then or it came out soon after I joined. And I've always kind of liked it because it was a clean, sort of a soapy scent, so it was very neutral. You know, people that weren't real into sweets or weren't real into like herbal scents always seemed to like Spa. Men and women both like it. But they revamped it last year and I like it even more now. So this has become my new signature scent as the weather has been getting hotter. I just feel like this is the perfect kind of refreshing, fresh, cool scent. It's a combination of green tea and citrus. So it's kind of that bright, fresh scent. And so this gives you a chance to try it in a little 2-ounce travel size bottle. So this is great to throw in a purse or a suitcase. And it's our magnesium hand and body lotion. So it also gives you the chance to try out some of our magnesium lotion. So I'll read this card in a second, but a couple of my pro tips here. So magnesium is a salt. So any of our products that have magnesium in them, I always remind people, don't put it on freshly shaved skin. Like if you're going to shave your legs, then don't use the hand and body lotion with magnesium on your legs right after that. It's going to be a little too tender for any kind of a magnesium product. Same thing if you have, some sort of open wound, don't put it on that. Or if you just have very chapped and very dry skin that's super sensitive, don't put it on that. For those types of instances, I really like our Skin Relief Cream, which has no magnesium and no scent, but it has things to help heal. So it's a shea butter base. And then it has green tea and aloe and chamomile and seaweed extract, which all help to heal. So things like your extra dry skin, your chapped skin, your freshly shaved skin do great with just our plain shea butter or our Skin Relief lotion. So just a side note about that. But for the normal skin applications, like often I'll do the magnesium hand and body lotion when I get out of the shower, kind of from the neck down, and then I'll just skip the bottom half. If I've shaved my legs, then I'll just skip that area, but I'll do my arms, my torso, and it becomes sort of my signature scent. Before I get dressed in the morning, I have that on. And also it's great to put on the magnesium hand and body lotion before bed because the magnesium will help calm and soothe your muscles and your nerves, so everything will just kind of settle down and calm down. And whenever I do that before bedtime, I always have a much more an easier time falling asleep, and I sleep more soundly. I have a better night's sleep overall. All right, so let's read the card. Spa Magnesium Lotion, sweet dreams and softer skin. Clean aqua fragrance Spa Magnesium Lotion carries you away as magnesium recharges sore muscles, calms stress, and supports restful sleep, all while hydrating your skin with a refreshing scent. And how to use: just massage onto legs, arms, and anywhere you need relaxation. Use daily, especially before bed, for smooth skin and sweet dreams. So that is a regular item in our catalog. So this is a great chance to try something again that's in the catalog if you want to see what you think of it, and then you'll know if you want to order it in a bigger size, but you're getting a deal on this small travel size in the meantime. All right, so my hand feels just about dry. I think some of the thicker spots are almost there, but I'm ready to start taking it off. So I'm just going to take my wet washcloth, and if you have some of the masks come off easier than others, but when it's real dry like this, I usually let the wet cloth sit on there. Or another pro tip is I keep them in my shower, and sometimes if I know I'm going to be in there doing like the full everything shower where I'm doing hair and shaving my legs and doing all the things, then I'll put the mask on first thing and kind of pull my hair back in a clip and just avoid getting my face in the water for a little while. And I'll do the rest of my shower, all the other things. And then at the end, I'll just wash off the mask. And it may not have been the full 10 minutes and it may not have dried all the way, but I always figure it's better than not doing it at all. And it gives me a chance to kind of multitask and do a little pampering while I'm also just, taking my normal shower and getting everything done. And as a busy mom, sometimes that's what you got to do. So I don't always have the luxury of just sitting there for 15 minutes while my mask dries. All right, so there you go. That came off beautifully. My skin feels soft. I don't know if you can tell. I even feel like it's kind of plumped up a little bit. It doesn't really, I don't know. I didn't show you before what this one looked like compared to that one, but I can tell you that it feels really nice. It feels moisturized. And feels like I got to pamper that skin a little bit too. So there we go. That is the July Joyful Jordan box. I hope you enjoyed getting to see some of these goodies. trying to get this where you can see everything in there. There we go. If you do have questions, just feel free to drop me a comment down below and I will be sure to hop in there and answer it. Like I said, I'll have my shopping link in the description box. And I do want to mention what the July specials are. So every month we have a handful of things that are exclusive to that month as far as the specials go. So I'm trying to think if I have, I don't have any of them up here, but hold on, let me grab what I can. Okay, I'm back. So I'm just going to set this off to the side for a minute and we'll talk about specials. So every month we have a customer special, and the way that works is when you're ordering and you get to $50 for your subtotal on your order, so just $50 in products, it'll trigger that you get the $5 customer special for that month with the order. So you can choose not to if you want, but I always tell people for $5, it's always a good deal and it's a good chance to just try something if you haven't used it before. So for this month, it's going to have a different label that's going to be red, white, and blue, but it is our Magnesium Renew Spray. And this is one of our essential oil blend sprays. It's in a witch hazel base, and then it has magnesium added. The combination of essential oils for Renew is basil, peppermint, lavender, and frankincense essential oils. And the label for the month of July, it says red, white, and renew instead of red, white, and blue. So it's going to have a cute, themed label for 4th of July or Independence Day here in the United States. So you can get that for $5, and these are normally, I think, $20.50 right now in our regular catalog. So it's a really good deal. No, I take that back, $18.50. You can get any of our sprays, the magnesium sprays like this, are $18.50 in the regular catalog. So for $5, that's an awesome deal and a great chance just to try something different if you haven't used any of our sprays before. We've already talked about the Joyful Jordan box. The Host Special, I don't have any of those things with me. It's basically a trio of bottles. I think they're all this 2-ounce size. So it'll be 3 bottles in our Coco Mango scent, which is kind of a fun summer scent. We've had a few weekly wows in that so far in June. In June, we had a bunch of weekly wows that were Coco Mango. So it's going to be, I think it's a shower gel, shampoo, and a conditioner. I have to look. I don't have the picture in front of me and I didn't take it down very well in my notes, but it's a trio of those 3 things. So when you host a party, and all that means is you're the one that says, I'm going to gather the people, and you can gather the people physically in person. You can just start a group chat in Facebook Messenger. You can do a group text and you're the host there and you're gathering the people and putting their numbers in. You can just take catalogs and some samples and go about your week, and anywhere you go, you can share the catalog and the samples, and you're considered a host that way too. So any of those versions of a party means that you're the host, and then you get that host special. It's either $5 or $10 for that, but it's always a really good value on the products. And again, it's an exclusive scent and exclusive collection because we don't have all those things in travel sizes normally. So you get to try that if you want for the host special. And then this is the join special. So if you decide you want to sign up, I believe the kit right now is $49.50. And you get a whole collection of products. You get all this material that you need to start. You get an online website for free for 3 months. You get support and training, and you get me to help you. So if you decide you want to join, you get all of that with your kit price. But there's usually a monthly bonus. And this month it's the Cuke Craze Spa Polish Exfoliant, which is one of my favorites. It's been around a long time. It's just a fresh, clean scent with that cucumber scent, and it has crushed walnut shells in it, so it's great for exfoliating. I like to use it just as an all-over shower gel or body scrub. Some people use it as a face scrub. I do that maybe about once a week. If you have dry skin, it's probably a little too much of an exfoliant, but if you have skin that likes to be exfoliated, then this can work great. So you get that for free, plus you get a whole pack of our new catalog. So right now we're on spring and summer, and this catalog runs to the very end of July, and then August 1st we'll launch our fall winter catalog. So you'll get a whole pack of those fall winter catalogs, plus you'll get your Cuke Craze to kind of jumpstart your business. Or if you're just doing it to get the discount on your products, that's fine too. And you'll just have all those extra goodies that you can easily share the catalog with people. And if they do decide they want to order from you, they can do that. And then besides that, I got to grab one more thing. Hold on. Okay, depends on when you're seeing this. Some of you who are VIPs will be seeing this prior to July 1st. So just know this is like an extra special sneak peek that you're getting this information early. If you're watching this anytime in July 2025, then this information's already out there and it's not such a big deal, except that it is a big deal because it's a huge discount and sale. So every year we have 2 opportunities to get our Dead Sea salts. So like this one right here is our Dead Sea Salt Soak, which just like I mentioned, the benefits of the Dead Sea in the mud mask, you have the same benefits when it's in the salt form. And we have these Dead Sea Salt Soaks that have magnesium added, and then there's some different scent options. Some of them have essential oils, some of them are a fragrance oil. This is our Helio blend, which has an extra blend of essential oils, including helichrysum, which is an essential oil that's really good for deeper pain relief. So I always recommend the Helio line if you have arthritis, if you have carpal tunnel, if you have tendinitis, if you've just been very active and your muscles are sore, because it can help with all of those. Like I have a wrist that flares up every once in a while if I'm just on the computer too much, and I keep my Helio stick on hand and just apply that a couple times throughout the day, and the swelling goes down in my wrist and it's more comfortable and it's fine. All right, so Helio Dead Sea Salt Soak is one of the salt soaks that's going to be on sale in the month of July. So normally these 32-ounce bags, I don't even know if they're in our regular catalog, and typically you can get these twice a year at a discount. So you can get them, right now you can't even get 32 ounces. The biggest size you can get in our catalog right now is 10 ounces for $20.50. But for 4th of July, and then at the very end of the year in December for Christmas and New Year's, those are the 2 chances to get the big bags at a discount. But this year, instead of just the week of 4th of July, they are making the sale good the whole month of July. So this is an amazing chance to stock up on your Dead Sea Salt Soak. You could get it, the scents that are going to be available on the sale. Let me look back here. I know Helio is one of them that you can choose from. Lavender and eucalyptus. I think these are almost all of them. Oatmeal milk and honey. Uplift, which is an essential oil of frankincense and orange, and then lavender and eucalyptus is essential oil as well. Not Copacabana. So Copacabana is not on the sale. The other one that's on the sale is Spa Day, and Spa Day was our new scent that came out with this catalog. And it is essential oils of lemon and tea tree, and then it has cucumber water in there too. So you get the choice of those different scent options. You get a 32-ounce bag for $30, and it's a $42 value. So it's a huge deal, and I tell people to stock up. The best way to make your Dead Sea Salt Soak last is to store it like this. Store it flat in the back of your refrigerator. And that way you can grab several, try different scents, and just keep them in the fridge. And when you need them, pull them out and use them. But storing them flat like this is going to make sure everything kind of stays dispersed, like the essential oil blend stays dispersed. If you store them upright, then it tends to kind of settle to the bottom, and then the salt is up above it, and you have to stir it and mix it back together, which is not a big deal. But also keeping them in the dark and in the cold in the fridge is a great way to just keep everything fresh and help it last longer. So definitely in July, stock up on your Dead Sea Salt Soaks. If you've never tried them, it's a great chance to try it. It's even fun to make little gifts. Like you can scoop some of those salts into a small jar and then tie a little ribbon around it. You could give that to your teachers at back to school time and give them a way to pamper themselves as we get back into the school season. Great for Christmas time and giving that as gifts and stocking stuffers. So it's a good chance to try it at a discount, get a couple of scents if you're not sure which one you're going to like, and then you have your Dead Sea Salt Soak to soak in. A couple of other tips about that. If you don't have a bathtub or you don't soak in the bath, that's not a problem. You can actually get a wet washcloth and just sprinkle some of the Dead Sea salts on the wet washcloth and lay it on your chest or your stomach and just lay back and rest for a little bit, or hold it on there in the shower for a few minutes. You can put it in a foot soak tub and soak your feet in there. You can even put a little bit in a bowl and soak your hands. So especially if your hands or your feet are achy or need some help with pain relief, it's a great way to do that. Your hands and your feet have the largest pores in your body, so those are great places to apply any of these products with magnesium or essential oils, because it's going to be able to pull it up into your system even faster because the pores are larger. So, all right, that's everything I have to share with this July Joyful Jordan box. I hope you enjoyed getting to see everything, and I'm just making sure I'm still filming. I thought for a minute my phone had turned off. And other than that, leave me a comment. Let me know if you're excited to try some of these products, or let me know if you've already used them, if you have a favorite scent that you like out of the Jordan Essentials line. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button down below. And other than that, stay cool this July, and I'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.